The Glamour Professional Retouch Panel is a panel designed for me, which I have been putting out there now for some time for professionals and amateur. The thinking behind this panel was to help me with my retouching, which it can help you speed up a retouching workflow, but also bring some unique features, taking advantage of the different creative stuff we can do in Photoshop. Here we have an image here, which is going to be available February 25th in a full retouching tutorial on retouching this image. Let me just show you the process that I have already started. So here we have our color, and here we have where we clean up the eyes a bit, and here we have some smoothing of the skin and some of the patches. Here we have some refine, some more of the patches. Here we have removing of unwanted hair in certain spots. So that's removing hair. And then here we have our hard retouching. Here we have our hard retouching. So this is how the image start off. Now, the advantage you have by having this panel, in the tutorial, I'm going to show you a long process of, trying to get this skin looking healthy. But if that says too much for you, I'm going to show you how this panel has really changed the way how I do my retouching and helped me to speed up and get some really awesome results. So we're going to run the frequency separation. So keep in mind, this is after we've done most of our retouching, and this is the proper way to use this frequency separation. Now, you don't have to use it this way. You can actually use it in a different way. You can use it even if you don't do no retouching, but you will have to use much more of it, a more aggressive opacity to get rid of all of those bumps that I showed you. So let's drag this underneath here, or we can keep it on top, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to come with a brush. I'm going to come with a soft brush, get a bigger size brush, and usually I like to paint in the direction of the skin. So I'm going to press R to rotate. I'm just going to paint in. And this is really great. Like the tutorial the tutorial which I'm going to present is really painful, I have to say, because this is the image that I learned how to retouch, but it really takes a long time. This image I feel was great for me, and I feel it's going to be great for those who are a member at the Glamour Retouching Studios. This is going to be a VIP exclusive tutorial because this is a great image for learning retouching, because there was just so much going on in her skin that needed to be fixed. But thanks to my panel, you can do half of that cleanup, and then the rest you can just let the panel do the work. Or if you're just feeling lazy or don't feel like going through all of that, you can even go with this process. I will admit, this panel will give you even better results than what I've shown you, and even what I've learned from that retoucher at the time, because her skin just had a lot going on in it, And as I said in the tutorial, these are the type of images when you seriously want to learn retouching. It's good to work on model skins like this, because there are tutorials out there, but when you check the model skin from the beginning, it's quite good, to work with from the beginning. But I feel if you really want to learn retouching, it's good to work on harder images that the skin is just not that great, and it really challenges you as a retoucher. You will see once you watch the tutorial, it's over 2 hours long. Okay. Let's just catch Don't paint on the eyes. This is not for the eyes. This is only for the skin. And you can paint a little bit on the eyebrows. I'm using a Wacom tablet. You can press with a light hand and paint a little bit there. Okay. Now let's just look at the before and after. See the big difference? Now let's crank it up to 100% so you can see. 100% is too much. Maybe you like that type of approach. It's up to you to how much you want to use. But as you can see, let's go back to the 50%. Really powerful tool. Now, I'm going to show you this. We're going to undo all of the retouching elements. We're going to go back to the original skin, and I'm going to run the script again. And we're going to see, you're going to see just how powerful the script is as a standalone without even doing any retouching. So all of the retouching layers are turned off and only our color and contrast we have on. So again, get a bigger brush. And again, I'm going to rotate my image. And this time we're going to have to use a stronger effects, a stronger opacity. I'm pressing down much harder on my Wacom tablet as well. Before I was pressing with a pretty light hand. And I have it on 10 pressure sensitivity. So the harder I press, like down here, I don't have to press as hard because it's already soft by default, because of the aperture that was used to capture this image. So the fall off is soft down here and more focus on the face. And this here I use just to open up. This is a curve. I just use that so I can see in those darker areas what's happening. I can paint more precisely. Also, besides the skin texture, we also have color, which is in the skin. And we're also blending the colors as well. Look how you can see the dark parts, you know, getting a bit darker. So that is important as well, to get those skin tones blending. Okay. Now let's straighten up the image. Let's turn off this. And now you can see the difference. Now we would need a more stronger opacity. Okay, so around 70%. Now, the tutorial on cleaning up just the skin itself without doing the eyes. Without this panel, it still will take over 1 hour just to clean up the skin. And personally, if you even want to get it looking this great, it will probably take you 1.5 hours. We just done that in under 5 minutes. So this panel is great and it has really spoiled me as a retoucher. But at the same time, I try to keep that knowledge of trying to use a lower opacity if I'm going to use this, by cleaning up the skin as much as possible as I can. But if you're new into retouching or you just don't have the patience, you can see how powerful this tool is. Look at all the imperfection in her skin. Look at the blotchiness, and we were able to do that in no time. If we crank this up to 100%, that's the look. We also have more options in here. So we have the high pass, also the details. If you want more or less details, by default it's the 70%. We can crank that to 100%, we get more details. If you want more or less details, you can also double click here. It says high pass, and we can bring that up and we can get more details, or you can bring that down and you get no details whatsoever. So very powerful tool. And the Glamour Professional Retouch Panel is a panel you can buy by itself at the Glamour Retouching Studios, or it comes with the VIP or lifetime membership.